Like, I've never heard so many lies, so many rumors about myself that I didn't know about myself that does not exist. Like, I sit back and when people send me stuff, I'm like, y'all only labeling me as this person because, one, you don't want nobody to like me. Two, you don't want no doors to open for me. Three, you want anytime somebody say Luvd by Erica or even Crown the Royal Case or whatever, Erica period, or Damien's baby mama or whoever, you want them to automatically say, nope, I don't think you should talk to her because she has a bad reputation. Four, you want to label me as a whore because you think that that's going to stop me from meeting my husband. It's not going to do that. And five, you want to lie and say that my kid's father is not my kid's father because maybe you're trying to detach me from him. I don't know. But in real life, everything that you guys are saying does not exist. It's not real. It's documented at the courthouse that Damien is the father of my child. Even if we went to Maury, people would probably still say that Damien is not Dion's father because we found a way to pay Maury. What are you doing? You bad. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Look at him peeping, y'all. I just turned him around because we just stopped. Y'all, so I'm at that stage of my pregnancy where I've been feeling so miserable. Like, it's hard to get out of the bed. I'm constantly sleeping. I'm constantly feeling fatigued. Like, and I can't really even eat much because it's like the food sits on my stomach and I be nauseous all day. And for the first time in months, I threw up today. And I'm going to tell y'all why, which is probably a big mistake. But I bought this, right? And I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but it has like times on here, like 8 a.m., 2 p.m., 9 a.m., 3 p.m., 10 a.m., 4 p.m., 11 a.m., 5 p.m., 12 p.m., 6 p.m. And I don't know why my finna pop behind thought that it was okay to try this. Let me show y'all how far I got. Can y'all see that? I'm like stuck at a little bit above 9 a.m., 3 p.m. Y'all, I would never do that again until after I had this baby, okay? So y'all, I got some good news. We have the gender reveal date set. And I can't wait because I'm excited to let you know what baby 4 will be. But yeah, so let's get into the video, okay? When I woke up after my 8-hour nap or whatever, I don't care, I noticed that my name is back to Luvd by Erica. And yeah, I noticed that my name is back to Luvd by Erica. Y'all, if I'm looking that way, I'm watching Cammy. He's playing or whatever. Dion went back with his father Wednesday. So I've been catching up on some well-needed rest. Like, Dion, when he's here, he keeps me on my toes. Like, I don't have time to sleep or do nothing. But when he's gone, it's like I get really lazy. So if y'all see me not uploading, just know Dion is with his father. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, y'all. It's just that Dion, he keeps me so energized even when I don't want to be, to where it's like, okay, I can do this video. But when he's not here, it's so peaceful and quiet. And like, for some reason, all I've been doing is just sleeping. Like, all these days, I've just been sleeping, falling asleep on people on the phone. Some people, like, people have been calling me, like, they ain't been able to get me or nothing. But anyway, back to the situation at hand. Also, like, comment, and subscribe. So, what are you doing back there? What are you doing? Huh? So, I woke up and my name was back to Luvd by Erica. Last night, I was messing around on, like, Google AdSense, and I was, like, updating some stuff, like very important stuff, like my address and stuff like that. And like, whenever YouTube sent us our forms, you know, at the end of the year, like it has always had Luvd by Erica on there. It did not update. Well, actually, it wouldn't have updated anyways because I just changed the name to Crown the Royal Cage this year, January. I don't know what I did, but it changed my name originally back to Luvd by Erica, and it's not letting me change it back. And so I thought I was gonna be disappointed about it, and I don't even think that anybody has even noticed. Like, you guys probably won't even notice until I drop this video today. But I don't really feel a way about it, and I'm gonna tell you guys why. So the only reason why I had even, and I'm gonna try to be very transparent when it comes to this situation, because I know that there's women out there just like me. They just don't have a camera in their face. And I've talked to so many people off camera. I have created such a awesome, loyal, just consistent, I mean, I don't even know how to even describe them, but like, I have created a good group of friends now that I talk to on a day-to-day basis, that they want to see me win. Like, they want the best for me. He's not crying, y'all. He's acting like baby Drake, and you guys will get a chance to see more of him, because I'm not gonna hide my baby from the world. Like, he is such a beautiful, handsome, sweet soul, and he's so funny. I can't wait for y'all to see him dancing and all of that. But anyway, so I keep getting sidetracked. I don't even know if that's even a pregnancy thing, but sometimes I forget what I'm saying in mid-sentence. I know that that's a part of pregnancy. Those of you that has been rocking with me through all 3 of my pregnancies know I get pregnancy brain a lot. What are you doing? Oh, y'all, there's Cam's laser gun back there. Hey, Tuda Wooda. Hey. Hey. Let everybody see your smile. Hey. Oh, uh-oh. I took your passy. What's your matter? Ooh, I'm gonna throw that thing away when you go to sleep. Huh? So y'all, he just, while we're sitting here, he's just doing his own thing. He's safe, I promise. Like, he's not gonna hurt himself back there. He's just chilling, looking around. He is the happiest baby I've ever seen in my life, no cap. But anyway, so back to what I was saying. I decided at the end of December, well, I had been thinking about rebranding probably like around I don't know. I think I had been wanting to change my name for a while, because I felt like people threw so much dirt on the name Luvd by Erica. People created so many lies. Like, they fabricated so many lies. They mixed the truth. Like, they mixed a sprinkle of truth with a bunch of lies. And for the life of me, I started to become like, and this was last year, not now, but I started to become like ashamed of that name. And I remember asking someone to help me clean up my image, because I felt like, you know, they would do good on my channel to get people to see like the real me and stuff like that. And they actually made my image way worse than it already was. And I came up with, like, I put some thought into that name, y'all. Crown the Royal Cage. I knew that it wasn't going to make sense to a lot of people, but those of you that enjoy using Google, like, why? Then you would know where and how I got that name. And it was very creative, and I felt like, okay, this is the new me. But even then, I still felt like that wasn't me. I even feel like Luvd by Erica isn't me, because Luvd by Erica is an identity that was formed on social media from a group of individuals that I'll never meet. Some like me, some don't. Okay, my bad, y'all. Ooh, I had to crank up this air. It is like 101 degrees today, 102 to be exact. I'm not gonna make it. But anyways, of course, I had originally came up with the name, and I'm gonna tell y'all how I came up with the name. I was getting help with my YouTube channel by some other well-known YouTubers, and I remember one of them told me that I needed to come up with a quick name. Hopefully y'all can hear me because I got this air blasted in here. It is so hot today. But one of them said that I needed to come up with a name like really quick because they was helping me at that time. They was setting it up for me, which now looking back, I'm like, I could have done that. All I needed was an email and that was it. Pretty much. But I was like, and I don't know why I came up with that name, but I came up with Luvd by Erica, and I wanted it to be spelled L-U-V-D because I knew that not everybody like knows how to love correctly. Not a lot of people have been loved correctly, and so I wanted to make sure that at the end of every video that I said, consider yourself loved by me, because right, that's what we're supposed to do. If we're good people, good Christian people, that's what we're supposed to be. And before any of my enemies, or they say they're not haters, but whatever you are, before y'all take that one little piece and run with it, I'm about to jump to that situation in a minute. So around that time when I had just started YouTube, like I went through my second divorce earlier that year, and those of you that are new to my channel don't know that I've already been married twice. So I know like a lot of y'all, y'all make these videos like, oh, you're on your 4th child and you're not married. Well, I was married to Cam's father for 6 years, and then I had got remarried after, you know, I had divorced him. The marriage ended quickly. I would say probably like 4 months. But we was together a total of almost 3 years. So I'm gonna go ahead and say, man, 3 years. And from that experience, because I remember asking, like, is this what you want? I've already been married before. So, like, when you've already been married, like, you kind of know what to expect. You realize some of the things that you've done wrong. You realize some of the things that you want your future husband to do better. And he told me he was sure. And I'm not even mad at him or anything like that, because like we both were extremely young. I believe I was 24 and he was, I think, 22 at the time. I was 2 years older than him. And so like, and that's either here or there. Like, I'm not saying that to say anything bad about him or nothing like that's a thing in the past. Like, I done already forgiven everybody because I have a forgiving spirit. I'm an Aquarius, okay? Only time you're gonna get forgiven from an Aquarius is if you keep doing the same stuff over and over and over and over and over, thinking that you could just do it just because we're gonna forgive you, and then eventually we write you off, and whatever happens after that happens. So yeah, let me quit. But I realized that marriage is not something that you should be rushed. Like, it shouldn't be rushed. And I feel like the worst thing in the world is to marry somebody that don't really want to marry you, or they don't see you as marriage material. Obviously, I'm not married right now because the men that I was with for the past 3 years, there's been 2, they didn't see me as marriage material. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at all. He's back there playing with my kids. But I would rather someone not ask me to marry them, and then I marry them, and then you realize that I'm not what you want, and then you pretty much make a complete fool out of me, and now we have to get divorced, because that's wasted time, wasted energy, wasted money, all of that. Like, and I do feel like my ex-husband, he did want to marry me at one point in time, but I feel like he was influenced by his parents. And whether that's true or not, none of that matters. Just from that experience, I would never force a man. I would never put those type of, you know how people say you got to put pressure under a man to make him marry you? Believe me, I get the whole, well, you should have protected yourself, or we can always go the Christian route and say you weren't supposed to be doing that anyways. And I'm kind of like, what can I say? I'm gonna abbreviate some things with my verbalism, because I know that I have kids that are watching me. So yeah, so let's get to the Christian thing. Okay, when I first got on this platform, everybody know I was all about God. This, I would speak so highly about God, and like nobody said anything about it, because nobody knew anything about me. Nobody had any dirt on me. I was sharing stories like about my exes, my 2 ex-husbands, because I've only had 2. And I refuse to have a 3rd ex-husband, which is why I don't feel bad for not being married. But anyways, like, I got on here. I said that I wanted to be a motivational speaker. And I started like trying to motivate the little small audience that I had. I think I was stuck at like 2,000 subscribers for like 2 years after the whole police thing came, because for some reason everybody got that Ice Cube F the police thing going on, and I get it, because I've been on both sides. So, and even on the other side, I've seen like how things could be manipulated and twisted and everything else to get, you know, people that are civilians to look bad. So I get it, but nobody said anything. I could get on here and talk about something in my past that had happened to try to motivate you guys to keep going, because I kept going and nobody said anything. Like, people didn't start really hating me or hating the fact that I brung up God a lot until I got in a relationship with Damien. And that was in 2020. February of 2020 was when we got in a relationship together. And it happened really fast. We didn't know each other. It was something new. I guess we started spending a lot of time around each other because we were doing business together. Like, we were doing videos together. And anytime you start being around somebody a lot, like, you know, you're gonna start liking them, and things can move like really fast. And then we was living together, and then like all that drama happened, and then COVID happened. So it's like we didn't get a chance to like date and go out here and do this and movies and all that stuff. Like, we were forced to be around each other in the same city when all those people died, because like the snow had came. And actually the snow came after Dion came, and it was a lot. Like, we spent so much time around each other, and we didn't learn each other bad habits and stuff like that. So it's like we both started to dislike each other. Like, any little thing would irritate us. If he was irritated, he was taking it out on me. If I was irritated, I was taking it out on him. And like, that's just how it was. So whatever. But when I got with him and I ended up pregnant, like, the internet just crucified me for that, because I was always talking about God. I live in a realistic world, and I know that things are not what it seems off of camera. Things could be a lot better off camera, and then once you get on camera, it may not look that well, and then things could be really, really well on camera, and then when you get off of camera, like, all hell could be breaking loose. So because I didn't marry this man, now mind you, I had already been married twice. Cammy was 8 years old when Dion came. That's a huge age gap. I did not have any kids with my ex-husband. So to say I get pregnant by every man I get with, that's not true. Because if that's the case, I would have been pregnant by him. And I didn't. And then, like, you know, I would cuss off camera because I'm human. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't think that it's because somebody cuss that they cannot speak about God, because God will use even a crackhead, no disrespect to anybody, but he'll use a person that's on drugs to send you a message, and you may dismiss it because they on drugs. And I don't feel like God will use people like that to get your attention. So at that time, I didn't feel like just because I got on camera and slipped up and said damn, that people are like, oh, I can't believe you said that, you're not a Christian. And well, one, I never labeled myself as a Christian, right? But for the first time, I felt free. I felt disappointed, and then I felt free because all my life, people, even right today, have always known me as this little innocent Christian church girl that don't do no wrong, and they label me as perfect, and I'm not perfect. So when I slipped up and I cussed or whatever, I feel like, dang, now I got people saying that I'm a hypocrite, I'm not a Christian. Well, I'm definitely not a hypocrite because I never labeled myself as a Christian. So therefore, how can you call me a hypocrite? And I'm like, dang, now my true identity is coming out. So sometimes I would get on camera and I would slip up and cuss. And then sometimes, you know, I wouldn't. But I started to do all these crazy pranks and things like that with Damien, because I'm like, for the first time, I'm around somebody that does not... What are you doing? You bad. You know, for the first time, I'm with somebody that's allowing me to be myself around him. And then all these other mistakes like started happening, and then it's like now I'm starting not to look as perfect because I get with one guy and he's a famous YouTuber, and I don't see something that I've never had. I don't see money at all. Like, I'm not one of those people that get with a person for money, but that's the persona that was made. So now I've gone from a hypocrite to a gold digger, and then when I left him and moved on with somebody else, and then I got pregnant by them, now I'm a whore. And so I'm like, I really need to change this YouTube channel name. Like, I really need to change it because that's not who I am. And then I realized something. It didn't matter if I left it the same or changed it. They were still going to be saying the same stuff. And that's exactly what happened. It got worse when I changed the name to Crown by Royal Cage. It got worse. Like, I've never heard so many lies, so many rumors about myself that I didn't know about myself that does not exist. Like, I sit back and when people send me stuff, I'm like, y'all only labeling me as this person because, one, you don't want nobody to like me. Two, you don't want no doors to open for me. Three, you want anytime somebody say Luvd by Erica or even Crown the Royal Cage or whatever, Erica period, or Damien's baby mama or whoever, you want them to automatically say, nope, I don't think you should talk to her because she has a bad reputation. Four, you want to label me as a whore because you think that that's going to stop me from meeting my husband. It's not going to do that. And five, you want to lie and say that my kid's father is not my kid's father because maybe you're trying to detach me from him. I don't know. But in real life, everything that you guys are saying does not exist. It's not real. It's documented at the courthouse that Damien is the father of my child. Even if we went to Maury, people would probably still say that Damien is not Deion's father because we found a way to pay Maury. Like, and it's crazy because I don't get why people do the things that they do. And I'm the type of person where if a person don't want to talk to me anymore, or if they cut me off, then I'll just take that L and I'll just move on. I'm not going to sit there and punish somebody because they don't want me to be a part of their life anymore. Because people grow. Like, they grow. And a lot of times, like, people are not meant to be on that path with you. Nobody can tell you to keep them in their life or to keep them in your life. And nobody can tell you who to allow in your life. Like, it's your life. Like, if anybody... And it's happened. Like, I've had guys, obviously, I've been in a relationship with, and they decided that, hey, I don't want to be with you. And I'm like, okay, because I know who I am. I know I'm a good ass woman, and if you can't see that, then that's your bad. Like, sorry about your luck, because guess what, when I find somebody else that does and they realize it, I promise you I'm gonna have that rock on my hand. So I say all of that to say Luvd by Erica is back. She never should have left. I never should have, I would say, let other people dictate who I am as a person when I already know who I am as a person. That's why when I was out there on the streets, when I had a career, when I was out there on the streets every day putting my life on the line, and I had some, I would say, some individuals that was trying to, I don't know, paint this image about me that I wasn't. I said, okay, well, I'm not going to let that define me because my image was already created before I even put that suit on. I would tell anybody, know yourself. It's not what they call you, it's what you answer to. Like, literally, none of that stuff is gonna keep, like, people can dog you out all day long, and this, I'm to that point where if what somebody else say can make my reputation look bad for somebody else, and that door don't open, that door wasn't meant to open. And believe me, I don't want to be around anybody that where I'm not welcomed or feel unwanted. Like, you can stay over there and I can stay over here, because I'm not begging nobody to be in my life. I'm not begging a door to open. If a door shuts, thank you, Jesus, hallelujah, I'm gonna go up the hall and there's about 15 more doors that's gonna open, because God know who I am. And just because I'm not married, because y'all feel like I should be married, so many people are in marriages right now because people felt like they should be married and they knew that they didn't want to be married, but they got married anyway because of an image and they wanted to look good about it. I'm not talking about anybody on this platform before people take this and run with it and be messy. Like, I'm above that. I'm above whatever that was attached to me or tried to be attached to me. Oh, I done moved on. But there's people in real life that are married to people that they're not supposed to be married to. They've divorced people that they was never supposed to divorce, all because they listened to the wrong people. It's people that gave up on their hopes and dreams because people didn't have the same vision as them. It's people that literally hate themselves because other people hated themselves and they wanted to project their hatefulness off on you, and now look at you. I'm not going to fall victim to that. I don't care how long it takes me. I've said this several times. I'm going to get there. And it may not be on y'all's timing. It may not even be on my timing. And hey, I don't want nobody else's timing. The only timing that I want is God's. And I'm going to tell you something. This message that I'm telling you guys was confirmed this morning when a good friend of mine sent me a link to somebody else's live. And they are a prophet. They get on here. They speak godly words. Every Friday they pray. And the message for today was feeling shame. And I have definitely felt shame about a lot of things that took place in my life, because it's like a double beating. You get it in real life and then you get it on the internet. And I said, well, I gotta learn how to separate social media from reality. And that's why when I'm feeling good, I can get on here and do a video. If I'm not on here, I promise you it's not a person on this platform that can stop me from uploading a video. I can promise you that, because I have kids that's depending on me, and I just let people think whatever they can think. If I'm not uploading, it's because I'm tired and I don't feel like uploading. Alright, y'all, so I didn't even realize I hadn't even been talking that long. Okay, but I just wanted to just encourage somebody out there that has been through something similar. And I know, like, some of the things I went through, I'm pretty sure ain't nobody on this planet experienced. Okay, not even came close. So I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just, like, you know, feeling shame about your mistakes and people trying to degrade you or put you down over your mistakes, as if like your mistakes is affecting them. And when that happens, just pray about it, pray about them, and just keep your head up. Like, you don't gotta stoop down to their level, because they're the one that looks stupid just sitting there talking to themselves about your life. Like, you not even discussing their life and their mistakes. And that's the thing, like, we all have made mistakes. And I know that it's somebody out there that has done way worse than I have done. And my mistakes was done out of like having a pure heart, trying to love somebody that didn't love me back, or just listening to the wrong people. I've never intentionally, you know, like, I don't feel like anybody should get beat down because, one, they not married to who they got kids by. Like, and I just want everybody to just keep it real for a second. If everybody waited on marriage to have kids, there would be hardly anybody in this world. Because look at the statistics. Google it. That's what we got Google for. It's free. It's on our phone. It's programmed in our phone. Google how many people in this world, or how many, the population of people in this world is actually married. That's because, like, some people don't want to be married. Some people have already been married before, and they don't want another failed marriage. So they'll rather just take their child, because I could have easily aborted. A lot of people abort. I don't believe in abortions. So I'm going to take my gifts, and me and my kids going to be just fine. It's me and them against the world, and we all we got. So that's all I got for y'all. Again, Love by Erica is back. And I'm going to be better this time. I have no choice. So consider yourself loved by me, which is Erica. I wish nothing but blessings upon each of you. And stay tuned to my next video. Peace, y'all.